You are now listening to Exclusive Chat with B. Okay.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Chat with Me. I remain your host, Mobolaji. Today, I'm not here alone and I'm not here with Kenzie. I know you guys are familiar with her already. So, there's a new host joining us, She'll be hosting with Kenzie and I. So, the three of us will be having discussions, conversations, just minutes with you guys. And that's because we want to keep giving you guys entertaining and educative content. So, welcome with me, Miss. Please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, Hannah.
Hannah, just Anna. Please, we need to know you. Who are you? Are you a mother? Are you working? Please.
I'm Hannah Dada, mother to two handsome boys. Yes.
Are you working?
Yes, I'm working. I'm a working mom. Yeah.
So yes, and as usual, introduce yourself, my
I'm
co-host.
Kenzie. My name is Kensola, and you guys are welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome once again. So today's episode is quite, I'm not really happy about it. You know why? Because I don't know if you guys saw the video where this 12-year-old killed a cousin over an iPhone. So that brings us to today's topic. So we're going to be discussing about this particular issue. We're going to leave the screenshot somewhere here so you guys can see, and also the limitation of screen time, especially social media thing, movies. There are some movies that shouldn't even be exposed to teenagers, younger kids, and all those things. So please, what's your take on it, Kenzie?
Okay, am I going first?
Yes. The thing is, I want you to, give us your opinion before I read, because
Okay.
there is a screenshot. I screenshot this on Instagram. So let me just read it out. Like a 12-year-old girl had been charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence after allegedly killing her 8-year-old cousin over an iPhone. The tragic incident occurred on Monday, July 15, 2024, in Tennessee, USA. The girl, who hasn't been publicly named due to her age, was charged after the emergence of disturbing surveillance footage. In the video, the 12-year-old was allegedly captured suffocating her 8-year-old cousin, named Demaria, in a bunk bed that they were sharing at their grandmother's home. So this just went on and on. So please.
Yeah, actually, I saw the video, and when I saw it, it was quite disturbing. Maybe because I have a toddler as well, and what I felt at first when I saw the video was that there could have been there's every tendency, or there's probability that this girl had been exposed to some kind of violent movies, or there's this game they play. Some of them are violent, so maybe she's been exposed to such movies. And I'm not trying to say that violent movies alone is the only reason why a child could have bad behavior or violent behavior, but it's a significant factor. Because sometimes we parent, we think we want to give up. I think we discussed it on this show, that it's not everything your child needs. You need to,
Yes,
there's
yes,
some things you can still restrict from child, like, no, you're not going to get this because it's not appropriate for your age. And research has shown that kids that watch violent movies, they have these um there's a
Tendency.
grammar, yes, they don't have empathy. They lack empathy. They don't feel pains of other people. They don't feel pains. They just feel it's a normal thing to hurt you. And research also shows that there's every tendency they disobeyed their teachers in school, especially the preschoolers, or they bully kids, the kids of their. So a lot of time when you see kids that bully their mates in the class, and the teacher is always constantly saying you bully too much, you did. It's sometimes it's as a result of being exposed to all these violent movies. And that's what I would just say for
So
now.
please, what's your take on this? And
It's really actually devastating to see something like that, because
Mm,
for a 12, you said it's a 12-year
yes,
old
12-year-old.
to have that kind of motive,
Hmm.
or to feel like that was the best way to resolve
An
issue
or
like that, or
conflict.
yes. So
conflict, yeah.
it's really really very sad. Also, as a mother, actually seeing it, it was very, I couldn't just put it together, because like I was like, how did this happen? How did we get here?
The mindset. How was she even able to think
To bring that into action.
and
But
even tamper with the evidence?
yes, but also based on what she has said, it would have been, we can assume it's based on what she has been used to, the
Exposed
environment,
to.
or what she see, or maybe that might have prompted that, but we never can tell, because we're actually not in the action of when it happened. But for anything that have prompted that, it's really not a good thing to watch or to see on, especially amidst kids. But if such is happening, it might be due to how a child is being raised, or if you feel like, okay, I want to spoil my kids, I want them to have this lavish life, I want them to like feel very loved. There is a way that you show a kid that you are loved, not like with their gadgets only. Like when you give a gadget to a child, and like without monitoring the child, what happened? What did they watch? Do you even put some security or some parental guidance on some particular app that can pop up?
Yes.
Because you cannot say you're not with them 24/7.
Hmm.
So something might have come on and say, okay, I saw a picture of somebody just putting a pillow on someone, and she will be thinking like, okay,
Even as an adult, I just cannot think like just use a pillow to
to
suffocate someone.
suffocate someone. But she might be thinking that child is laughing, and you know how kids play. They do play without that knowledge, and thinking that, okay, what if something bad happened in this case?
And that was why I mentioned earlier that that girl, like, I want to believe, I don't just want to be conclusive. I want to believe she's been watching some movies.
Some movie.
And that's why I said such kids, they don't they don't they don't feel someone is in pain. They just go ahead, and in as much this is what they want to get, they want to get it
But do
by
they
all
really
means.
know definition of pain?
That's the thing. That's another angle.
Because if you say that they don't know pain, it's not like they are numb to pain.
I'm trying to talk about the psychological effects of watching maybe horror movies, for instance, or violence movie.
Yes, but they
So
can't
they
feel
don't.
the pain. They can't feel.
She's 12. Don't forget, she's 12
But
years.
you know there are some
She's not even 6.
there are some cartoons
Yes.
that are very, very dangerous. So this
But
is
you just laugh about it.
exactly.
You feel
This
like
is
it's
not even about the horror movies alone. There are some horror movies that they're just scary. Like I don't really like horror movie because I get scared alone at night. So watching horror movie for me, like I don't like it.
yeah.
But I see people watch horror movie. I don't think it's limited to only horror movie. You understand?
No.
Because even playing horror movie for your kids is wrong. In this, like in the first place, because that is like a dark kind of movie. You understand? When they sleep, they will be thinking
Nightmare.
nightmare and
Yes,
everything.
yes.
So horror movie. So I'm not even going to talk about that angle because as a parent, playing horror movie for your child, it's not something nice.
But as a
some
parent,
cartoons are very dangerous.
I agree.
yes,
People will just say that no, they're just watching cartoon. It's not just an
it's
ordinary
not just
cartoon.
yes, yes.
Like I would like this is not age
It's not
appropriate
yes,
for
yes.
some certain kids. Like and then even let's put movies aside, cartoons aside, social media. So social media now is becoming like a toxic environment
Mm.
because for a child, because obviously this girl didn't see her mom or dad doing such thing. So even if it doesn't come from movies, probably it can come from social media.
Yeah.
You understand? Because being on social media for a long time for kids, it's not. I don't even think parents should even allow their kids to have access to, social media, some social media platform.
But we shouldn't base it just only on social media, because also with schools, that your kids go, because like I know most hour is spent in school because they only spend few hours with us at home. So what are they exposed to in the school? Because like if you said, okay, you've trained your child, you've instilled some discipline, some training, who are the kind of kids they
Kids.
mingle with, the kind of teacher, or what do they say in their midst? Because like kids, they are very, very inquisitive. They are very fast to learn. They want to know this, they want to know that. So if one of your friend might just grab, like maybe they're playing, grab one at the neck, and okay, when you get home you want to practicalize it. So even with my kids, I'm always very curious, like when no, stop that. So, but if you see your child doing this and you just like, oh, they are playing, what if they are in the room and you are in the sitting room? Something within a short period, like time, something might have happened. And also with this, it was not premeditated, because like we cannot say that this girl has already pictured or how the child will be screaming and fighting for her life in that process when the pillow was pressed on her.
Can I come in? You know why I said this girl must have been watching a lot of violence movies? It's because don't forget the school that you just mentioned. It's gonna be just one child that will come to school and pollute the rest.
Okay.
Because a school should be a safe place for every child. I'm not saying that there can't be any, but there won't be any. Such violence cannot really take place in school. You understand what I'm saying? Like even before you start struggling, or there should be preschool or school for toddlers. There should be that is why they have a teacher in their classroom, not like in the university where your lecturer come from his office because they know you guys are adults and all
Well,
that.
remember something, they have lunch time, break time and
That's
everything.
what I'm saying. That a boy or a girl that will come to school to practice struggling, to practice some violent things in school must have also been exposed to some movies, that is not quite appropriate for their age. Then when they get to school, they want to practice that with maybe one of their mates. Like because this don't forget this girl made everything so perfect after
That's
strangling
my
the girl.
fear,
That is why when I say they don't feel pains, you're not gonna tell me when she was strangling the girl that the
because
lady was
obviously it gets
she
to
didn't
a point
she
where
didn't feel it. She didn't feel she's in the pains. That's what I'm saying. They don't feel that someone is in is it when you told me we are discussing this yesterday, I took my time to go online to like out people that what could have caused this, and most of the factors that may have contributed to our actions were the fact that they had been exposed to some very terrible movies or PlayStation that they play and all that. And I realized while I was reading that when they are putting someone in pain, they don't feel you are in pain because they
They
are
don't
kids. They
even
don't
know
feel so because when you are struggling somebody, I'm sure
person
the
is
cousin will be
fighting back. Yeah.
struggling or screaming, but she doesn't feel it.
and then
She
it
just
got to
wants to
a point
silence
She
you.
was
she
immersed in
now
it already.
repositioned.
And she repositioned the girl. She must have seen all that, and now she's recreating it. You understand?
Imagine from a
Even though
12
she
year
might
old.
not really have the deep or deeper
Understanding
understanding
what
of
she's
it,
Yeah.
doing.
but she feels this is a way to
But
overpower
my
someone
question
and
is
take
how did
charge.
she even know? Like, it got to a point where she realized that the girl is dead. Probably she's not even dead yet. Because it takes a while for life to just go out of someone. So
But
probably
she's been fighting. You don't know how long
probably
the
she's just unconscious. She was
You mean as of that
unconscious
time?
as of that time. If she had screamed for help, the girl, like someone might able to save her or call an ambulance and just take her to the hospital. But now she waited until everything, and
And she lay her neatly
like my
and
fear is that, because obviously we don't know if they are going to charge her like as an adult or kid, you know. My fear is that the girl need psychological help, because that is deep. Because even as an adult, like if you are not used to all these things, you'll be scared.
you know
You'll be shaking because you just kill somebody. Like
that's why on this show we talk a lot about parenting.
that's why I'm still going back to that. That this takes us back to parenting, because let's say, for example, you've raised your child in a way that they are very free to communicate with you, to tell you things, you know, that you know, some kids will come on and be like, "Mommy, my friend did something, and this thing was so strange to me. I'm not used to
Yeah.
such thing." You know, you have to be so free with your kids that even if they learn
Then
something
listening
from
here.
school,
Yeah.
they will come back home and tell you, "Ah, mommy, my friend did this thing. Is this the right thing to do?" And you as a parent tell them, "No, this is wrong." Then you call the teacher or the school authority and tell them that, "Okay, my child reported something to me or said something to me. I think you guys should put this into
Look into
consideration and
it.
look
Yeah.
into it." If you know, because as a parent, you can only try your best. When they go outside, go into the school or anywhere,
Different.
they meet different people, they
Yeah.
meet different, you know, companies, they have different companies, and then if they are not free with you, they would feel whatever their friends are doing is the right
It's
thing.
the right thing. He's.
And that's why we keep talking on this show. We always talk about parenting, because whatever you're going to be in the when you grow up, whatever, however you're going to act in the society, it starts from your upbringing. It starts from your childhood. I was watching this Mom's Next Door, where Bisola was, you know, was the guest. She said our child, our child is clocking 15 this year,
No phone.
and she's still not allowing her to use social media.
Do you know
She doesn't have phone.
I also watched it. Do you know she also mentioned that if despite that the girl was being restricted, like strongly restricted, she still found a way to get Snapchat on the
Laptop.
what does that supposed to mean? You see, the kids we have these days, they are so smart
Very
that if as parent you are not, you know, they sit where eh? You will, so you might not even know what your children are turning into, because the world that we have right now, if they are not exposing to some horrible things via phones, they go out, they see their mates,
They
they
see.
do, they are so smart that they will outsmart you if care is not
It's not
taken.
taken. Yeah.
So if you are a parent and you think you are running after, and let's look at this, the case of these babies that just, you know, killed.
The life
Yes,
is lost because of that.
they were with the grandmom. There is every tendency that the parents do, they are even about the job,
No,
you
we
know.
cannot say that,
I'm just saying there are parents like that.
because what if they just went there to visit the
I'm just saying there are parents like that. That I used to have someone that makes my hair before. And so most times when I see her during the weekend, I'm always like, where are the kids? And one day she said, I know they bring them home. The day house, I lock them inside. I said, what?
Why will you lock your kids?
Why will you lock your kids inside? She said, because if I take them to crèche now, they're going to charge me for weekend. I said, even at
But you
that,
are working, so why
what
you
if
even
something
lock
had happened to them?
Happened.
What if
That's not
they
even.
have struggled with some things and one way or the other they have? He said they will be watching TV, they are fine. I had to sit that down. I said, Madam, this is not right. Anything can happen to these kids. Let's even forget about maybe fire engulfing the house or whatever. What about, I mean, do you filter what they
Something
watch? This
unexpected.
TV you are
Yeah.
talking about, you give them remote, you give them TV, you just want them to get busy without realizing that they are not animals. You are not rearing animals in a zoo. This kid, they need you at some point in time. You put them in crèche from Monday to Friday, and the weekend too, they are still indoor. You are locking them. I mean, it's not good for for the psyche of these
Yeah.
kids. If you want to be parents, you have to be intentional about it. If you are not ready for them, don't have them. And that is the truth. If you are not ready to raise kids, don't even bother to
you know,
have them, because it's a lot. It's a lot of
It's a
work.
lot of
we
work.
talk about like parents, because the truth
It's a
is,
lot.
it's a lot.
It is.
You still have to work to provide for them. You still have to be the one. That's why I always say something that the journey of motherhood being parent is not one person pain. You know, both parents, both father and mother have to be responsible. Like I see a lot of situation whereby men, most some men, we just leave the kids for their wives and be like, okay, or some men will just be in another the like country or whatever and let the woman raise the kids alone. That woman will still have to be the one to go to work, come back, pick the by the time they get home, all of them are tired. Like they just want to
Mm.
sleep. You understand? So in as much as we keep talking about parents, I think fathers they have a lot of
Parent, father is inclusive.
yes,
We are not
It's
saying
very
mother
no, because when
alone.
we say parents, trust me, when you say parents, most people just see it as a mother's job. Like as long as the father is providing the money, they are fine. You
yeah.
parent like father, let's father and mother, they need to be part of their children's life because it's
But you can force. You can
that's
force
why we
them.
need to like
Some
say
men.
this to some men as well. You understand? Like
Mm.
I understand you are busy, you might have whatever reasons, for you to know that you are bringing a child into this world, be ready to take care of them. This is not a woman's job alone. Because it's a lot for women. It's a lot.
Today we are not even talking about
No, because we
gender.
are still no, we are still
Yes,
talking about
yes,
raising.
because I tell you that we have parents who were together once, and as time goes on,
Yeah,
something,
even if
one
you
thing
are
led
not
to another,
together,
and
your
they are no
kids
longer
are
together.
not
So
together
if I
anymore.
have the kids with me now, and the father says I don't want to be involved in their life anymore,
That
then
is
you should take it now like as a
As a
mother,
that
as your
is why it
responsibility
shouldn't be so. That is
to,
why
yeah,
we
that's
are
how it's been
saying
Independent.
designed, but
yes, I
things
know. That is why we
happens.
are saying
Things
it now
happen,
that okay,
yes,
even
way.
if there is a conflict between you and the mother, it's both of you are adults. Even if you don't want to be together again, it's fine. But you know that your kids they need you.
So would you rather say that you choose that, okay, you
No, they
let your
don't have to
kids
stay
spend a week
together.
there
They don't
and
have
the
to
kids
stay
spend.
together. You understand?
No, yeah.
They can even if you have to sacrifice and just come over and just play with the kids and say some things. You understand? To them, I just
It
advise.
depends on the
That is why I know it's a lot. You understand? But fathers, we cannot just put this aside and be like, okay, woman, this is a lot on women. We cannot just say because okay, you chose not to be part of your children's life.
yeah,
and
but
just think that is
You know what?
mother,
Don't let's digress.
yeah.
Sorry. We just have to focus on whoever a child stays with, whoever your a child, whether the father
Oh, the
or the
mother.
mother. Please stop exposing these kids into some things that will cause their future some havoc that may not be, reversible.
Yes.
If you're a mother, if your child stays with you, please take responsibility as a mother. Know the right thing to do with them at the right
At the
time.
right
You
time.
don't have a 12-year-old child and you are giving her iPhone. I mean, for what? It doesn't make any sense to me. And even if you are going to give your child a iPhone, probably you are together, there is a way you go about it. There is this parental guidance
yeah, well,
and
maybe
all that.
because
But
now
just giving a child a phone and you have a
Then you
Wi-Fi
let them.
alongside with it,
Yeah.
and she just goes on the phone and keeps scrolling and keep doing her things. And most of this social media, sometimes some things pop up
Pop up, yeah.
that kids are not even meant to see. And so when they get exposed into this, that is why most some kids are even already exposed to pornography already. And before you knew it, they are out there doing, some, and you are like, I've been working because of you. Like in future, if something happens to these kids, and you think you have to be protective, regardless of the kind of job you do.
Regardless, yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say.
It's
Regardless
tiring,
the
but
kind
you
of
have
job
to.
you do,
It's
you
a lot.
need to sit and know that I have a child to raise and I have a job to do. We've done this on this show. I mean, we talked about it. If you have a child and you have a job, you need to balance it. You don't allow you working to affect the child, and vice versa. Right? That's why I say if you're not ready for kids, you don't expose, because a lot of times, some of these kids, they do these things without knowing.
No, yeah.
They don't even know. And so at the end of the day, it comes back to you. Look at that baby now. See what is costing the family. Their nieces.
I really feel sorry. I
You
send
know,
our condolences, for the family that lost
it's
their
a big loss.
child
Painful.
because it's really like I don't I'm even there's nothing anyone can say to that mother right now, to that woman right now that will make sense.
They are losing two girls. They are losing, yes.
Yeah, two family members.
Because
At least no.
one is
the
going
other
to jail,
there
the one
still
is
hope, right. The other one there is still hope, but this one is dead and gone.
even if we say there is hope, a child that is going to jail at the age of 12.
Okay,
Do you know what that does to a
That's why I said
psyche?
there is still hope. I'm not saying it's fine or perfect.
Murder case is murder case, and so it's damaging.
This
It's damaging.
other one is gone forever. You understand?
And so the one that is not gone, well, what's the reputation?
Whatever the sentence will be, you understand? But see, I'm not even. And now I'm just feeling for that one that's lost because they're not even from the same mother. See, that's even another.
They are nieces.
Wow, yeah. So that family now, there is even a problem in the family already.
That's why I said they are losing 2 children.
Yeah, so
at the same
it's
time.
a lot. It's a lot. What I would just say is that when it comes to Netflix, especially, even though they say it's kids cartoon,
friendly.
please still put parental guidance, put password on it, like that password that the kids will never, be able to. That's why I even like this YouTube Kids. If you download YouTube Kids for your kids,
Yeah, parents.
Some people should stop giving Netflix as access to their kids because obviously if you tell them to just go for the kids side only, what if they just want to, because kids,
their age or restriction as well.
So download Netflix and YouTube Kids for them, things that even your Google now, if you're going to sign in, don't give them your own sign in, give them the sign in for their age appropriate, because now Google is doing something like if you are below 16, there are some things that unnecessary thing will not pop up to your page,
just to avoid
so if you're going to sign in, give them their own sign in that is appropriate for their age, so that all these nonsense things will not just pop up, and then because obviously even as an adult, when you are saying some things, if you are not very careful, you will have clicked on that thing before you know that it's rubbish.
Yeah.
And another thing, maybe that was what happened during our own time. There is lack of communication, and I don't think in this time of our years, there's lack of communication between parents and kids, because sometimes.
Do you mean then or now?
Then.
Okay.
So, but I'm not expecting it to still be happening now, because now this age and time, there's this
it's still happening. Exactly. It's still happening because a mother was I have to pay for this. I have this to do. I have this to do. How many? How will I divide myself into?
Because a child,
it will happen. It's just for us to find a way. We just have to find balance.
Okay, let me give you for example. Let's say in Nigeria now that there are a lot of traffic, like in Lagos, you understand? Because I've seen some families that the woman will knock up at 4 p.m. in order to just meet up before the kids fall asleep. By the time she's getting home at 8, 9 p.m., the kids are already asleep. The woman has to leave home as early as 4 a.m. in order not to be late for work. That's why I said this is a lot. You understand?
It's a cycle.
It is a lot, because in that situation, I don't even if the father is in the picture, that's why I was like, it's not only the mother's job to raise kids, even though we know that there are some situations whereby those things happen in marriage that the father will have to be separate and the mother have to be separate. But let us just find ways that as long as the father is still alive, you understand? If the father is no longer alive, that is another thing. You understand? If the father is alive, we should not encourage the father. It's okay because the man decides not to be in the picture or decide to do whatever. Let's say it as it is. It is not your wife's job only, because at the end of the day, be like, that is the child that you have been raising for how many years? Look at what end the child. Whereas, where are you? What have you been doing as well? It's not a woman's duty alone to raise a child. Be there for them, because in that woman's case now that she has to go to work early in the morning and come back late. Probably the father is also, if you are self-employed, that you are working, you can at least leave the home at 7. You understand? You make sure that the kids are, are awake. You put them in the school bus or something before they go to work. By the time they come back from school, they are there for you, because it's a lot for women. Women are not superhuman. Because now it's another case where you knock off early, you can still go back home to your kids, have time. Trust me, I think for every woman, a responsible woman that carry a baby for 9 months and birth that child I don't think she would want to just not spend time with their kids or communicate with them. You understand? So let's look at that angle as well, for some women that they're trying their best. You understand? Because not that you don't want to now. The situation, the circumstances did not even allow you.
You know what I'm going to say?
It's not easy.
It's not. We know it's not easy.
Okay, there are some countries that they have good roads. You can travel to and fro within 45 minutes, 1 hour. And if you remember, if you are working under somebody, you are not in control of your time.
No, but there's a speculated time. Like everybody has their own. If you are 9 to 5, either you're 8 to 6 or
so even if you are 9 to 5, that's what I'm saying. If you are 9 to 5, you understand. What if anything can happen? Traffic and everything. You understand?
But it's not heavy.
But that so during the weekend, if that you have time, that's why I said we're still going to go back to parents having time for their kids. Like communicate. Like me, I didn't struggle with communicating with my mother. You understand? Because she was that type of person that would just say, I know whatever you are doing, I can see. Till I was like 28 or 25. That was when I got to know that okay, it's not everything I do that my mom actually knows. My mom will tell you that whatever you do, I know. If you try to hide anything from me, I know. I brought that mindset to South Africa. I would tell myself that if I sleep at my friend's place, my mom will know. I cannot. It was one of my friends was like, there is no way your mom will know. Like, she will know. I don't know if my mother is a witch or something. We were that close. Yeah. Even when I had my first boyfriend, I told my mom about it. You see, so I didn't struggle with having communication with my mother, and it was a very beautiful thing. When I hear my other friends that they will say that no, they don't have that kind of relationship with their mom, I'll be like, okay, that means. Then I felt it was hard. I was like, my mom had to know everything. She was trying to control me. It was later that I got to know when I hear some of my friends talk about this thing. So no matter how busy you are, let your create a safe environment for your kids to be able to tell you everything. Some kids will even start demonstration. They won't even be able to tell their parents. Yeah. Like it's that bad. So even though you are busy, at least if you are busy, get them this phone that doesn't have yeah, those touchlight phones.
They'll be bored. They'll tell you.
Yeah. So that the reason.
Okay, what if you give the child a phone, but you've made all appropriate safety and everything? Because you find out you're busy, you're in the kitchen, you're trying to put one or two things together, and at the same time at the same time you're trying to prepare their lunchbox for tomorrow morning and get things just ready. So in that time, if you have maybe there's no advertisement that is popping up that it's not going to contaminate or going to ruin their mindset. If you have put that in place, do you think it's appropriate that you can just put it just for the child not to disturb you? You just like, you are too much. Take phone and sit down.
Their phone or your phone?
It can be my phone or their phone.
Giving your kids your phone is even wrong. You know why? I saw this was like a comment on that comment section. The boy said the day he became traumatized, or he was traumatized, was the day he was going through a mom's phone. And then,
but for you to have given your child your own phone,
so now she saw a mom and at that conversation where they share pictures and all those things, nude pictures, with each other, which is
how did it get to that place?
I don't know. Kids, you cannot tell them what to go through. You understand? So he was like shocked. He was so he said he was so shocked that he threw the phone was like a taboo or something. Like seeing my mom's private part.
Wow.
You understand? So that's why I'm like, it's not even advisable for mothers to give kids, your phone, because you can get them like iPads, tablets, anything that is. So if they are if you are busy, give them that, because remember you already set the security and everything on their phone, so unnecessary thing will not pop up. So let them have the iPad, and then people should also reduce screen time.
Sure.
Parents, because they are busy, your kids will be watching cartoons from morning till evening. There is no time for bonding. Like, just call your kids and be like, how are you today? Like, what is really happening in your life? What is going on? This is not only for kids, even for adults. If you have teenagers, call them. What is happening in your life? How is your period pain this month? Is it painful? Is it bearable? Is it those kind of communication? Have that conversations with them. It goes a long way, because if you don't ask them, they will ask their friends.
Yeah.
And then when you ask them, like someone was saying that, mommy, my friend have something on her hands. So the mother, according to her, like she didn't want the child to have, babies out of wedlock. So at the age of 16, she put
Say implant.
implanum on them on her. So this other one that is just like a mommy girl. Kids having
There's
conversations,
questions. They have lot
having
of
conversations,
questions.
like be like, so I have this thing on my hand. So the other one went to my mommy, my friend asked something. What does that thing do? As an adult, like she's 16. Yeah, so but she didn't even know. That is even, sex education, all those things are very important. At 16, she should know these things, even though you are not allowed to have those things.
Why should a mother,
I see the way you're already looking at
like,
it.
why should a mother have implant on in her
Oh, not
daughter's arm at 16? I mean, that is quite damaging. That kind of a mother should be sued, and I'm not sorry to say
Probably
it.
she knew
She's
her
trying to
child was
protect
having
her.
sex.
That is not, why not sit down and communicate? Sex education is something that we need to talk about this day. I mean, I don't understand, and I don't know how I'm reacting
But
to
if
this.
she feel like that was the
At 16.
safest way for her to protect the child.
So in other
Because, like,
words,
if she's using medication, if you
why
condom,
should
give it to
even
the
a
child.
16-year-old girl go into
They hate with
sexual
her now. They are
intercourse?
active. Like girls, like they are
Even
active.
if they're active, you see the way I don't even know the kind of parent that we have this age and time. I'm sorry to say, I'm one
No,
of them.
16 is
But I don't think
from
it's
16.
right or appropriate for any mother to think the best way to secure your child from
You know
being
why?
pregnant
Because most
is by
things,
putting
if
implant
they
on.
rated 16,
That
do you
is-
even know what they do with that?
That is quite bad, and I'm not going to support it. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to support it. Yeah, I have a girl child too, but I don't think it's the right way
It's
to
the right
to
way.
to
Right,
groom
that's
to groom a
what-
child.
What if you have introduced the tablet? Well,
Why not introduce abstinence? For crying out, the Bible says train your child the way you should go, and when he or she grows up, she will not depart from it.
That is another.
And with that implant herself, if she go get belle, she go get belle if God won't catch am. I'm telling you, and that is the truth. So there are ways we
But
need
at
to.
least
We
it
need
will
to.
have
We need
prevented.
to.
I think what that woman was trying to do was that, okay, I don't want your future to be damaged or cut short, so you don't have
By
to
bringing
bear
forth a child that you're not
because
ready
you're a
for.
baby as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
For me, I don't know.
I don't think it's right. I don't
So
know.
if you
I don't
see
think
whereby
it's right.
What if she got pregnant?
yes, do you think
That's why I
is
say
better?
communication. That's why Bible is my standard.
Okay, what if the child is
Bible
okay,
is my
communicated
standard.
and the child says, I don't want, I
No,
still want to
even
do
you
it.
know, there's some people tell mommy, I'm sorry, it will never happen.
Yeah,
again."
but
And what
no.
about
It
but
does
do you
happen.
know some of us we still have some women that keep themselves to 30 and above, and they were virgin and they never.
Trust me, that is by the way.
You can there's a way you can groom your child with telling her about abstinence, telling her about how you can keep yourself, telling her
You
about
can educate them. You can educate them. But what will still happen will still
The
happen at the
mistakes
end of
happen.
the day.
Okay, let's say
then in other words you are telling that child that she can keep fornicating and fornicating just because what kind of a sense are you giving to that kind of a child by having a plan on in her
I know where
arm?
you're coming from, but let's look at this angle as well. The girl, probably the mother caught her or something, you understand, and she's
not been, I'm sorry, maybe she's not been responsible enough.
No, you cannot say that.
Really?
You cannot say a mother is not being
A
responsible.
mother, you want to prevent some things that you have
Exactly.
gone
Plan on
through.
is a no for me. I'm
Because
sorry
you
to
know
say.
why?
Family
Because
planning at
you
16.
you raise your child, even we that
Yeah.
are here, you understand? We might not have that sex weakness or all those things, but trust me, there are other things that we do that we don't even want our parents to know when we were growing up.
I think we just need to tell. We just need to talk
Even
about.
though you raise your kids right, you give them the way of. I was raised in the way of God, like this. You understand? But sometimes I still find myself lying to my mother.
Just want to do
Even
it.
though I would feel guilty of lying, like
Why were you not pregnant at teenage age? Why didn't you have family planning plan on?
At the end of the day, you know your wrongs from your rights.
you know what? In my own case, right? I don't know because when I was young, my mom would be like, they said you're going to get pregnant quickly.
There are ways that and that they'll tell you that if a man touch you like this, you are
They
pregnant.
said you're going to get pregnant quickly before your time. If you don't take care of yourself. So then I
You'll be
hated men.
conscious.
No, I hated men. Don't even come.
You will run.
I can even shoot you if I had content.
But for someone like me, I was like, okay, I want to try it.
You see,
I want
that's
to know.
another thing. So me now,
I want to even say it.
no, my mom said
at
I
the
would
end of
get
the
pregnant.
day,
I said I didn't want that thing to happen. It was stubbornness. I said I did not want that thing to happen, so I'm going to stay away from men. If it's because of you guys that you want to damage my future,
I just think there is a way we communicate to our girl child. Why you shouldn't do
especially
it.
those from 1995.
Why you shouldn't do it. Why we shouldn't have sex. Why your future is so important. Why you have to make sure you are a good girl and you don't bring shame home. There are some ways we can pass that across to them than taking them for implant on. No
she has
way.
already tested the forbidden fruit.
And I'm not sure that lady you're talking about is an African mother. I want to believe.
Of course, an African mother.
Really?
You don't know. See, trust me, the girl has already tested the forbidden fruit. Want to abstain. It's going to take her a long time. I think that was why the mother decided to put it there. Even if you're going to try it,
there's no going back.
You understand? Because it's hard. If she hadn't tried it at all, that is even beautiful. Because you'll be like, okay, I don't even know what this thing feels like. But the moment she tried it, obviously,
you have to just look for ways
to just make sure that doesn't mean the woman gave her access to have sex at any time. That was just the woman's way of trying to protect a child. Even though it might seem wrong in your sight, that doesn't mean it's wrong in her sight. You understand?
She's trying to protect the daughter at the end of the day.
Yeah, so guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It has been a lot, we tried to wrap it up with a very lighter mood because today's episode was quite emotional, and we pray that God console the family that lost their child, because like Kenzie said, they are losing two kids, that's a lot, So we pray that God console them, God heal their heart, and God just bless that mother, in order for her to, this is like a pain she have to live for forever.
It's a trauma.
It's a forever pain. But we pray that God heal her, she find peace in the Lord, So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And Han, thank you. It's nice having you on the show.
It's my pleasure.
We are glad to have you and Kenzie as usual.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
So guys, that brings us to today's episode. You know what to do. If you have not subscribed yet, you don't want to keep missing out on these beautiful episodes.
Join the family.
Join the family by subscribing to the channel, turn on post notification bell so you get to know anytime we drop the videos. And please share this video to your loved ones, family, friends. And if you have anything to say whatsoever, write it down in the comment section, or you can click the link below. You can send me DMs, whatever you want to do. Feel free to have your, free your mind on chat with me. That is why we are here, to heal your heart, to heal your inner child. Thank you so much for watching to the end. You know what it is? Be bold, be beautiful, and be confident. Love you all. See you guys in the next video. Bye.
You are now listening to exclusive chat with B.
Okay.